This segment demonstrates how to assemble the tow broadcast spreader. To begin, turn the hopper assembly Part 1 upside down and insert the flow plate, Part 9, into the guide as shown. Now insert the end of the control cable, Part 4, into the flow slide. Then align the body of the cable and snap it into place. Next, align the gearbox assembly, Part 8, with the 2 frame tubes, Part 7. Now align the crossover brace, Part 6, and loosely secure one side with 2 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolts, Part A, and 2 1/4 inch nylock nuts, Part K. Repeat for the other side. Fully secure both sides now. Then slide the flange bearing, Part F, onto each side of the axle with the hex side facing inwards, and press the bearings into the frame assembly. Now, press 2 tube plugs, Part E, into the top of the frame assembly. Next, align the hopper assembly with the frame assembly and slide it down onto the shaft of the gearbox assembly. Then insert 2 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolts, Part A, with 2 1/4 inch washers, Part D, down through the hopper assembly and the frame assembly. Then secure them below with 2 1/4 inch nylock nuts, Part K. Next, insert the hairpin agitator, Part L, into the shaft of the gearbox assembly. Now slide a large washer, Part J, onto the left side axle. Then slide on a spacer, Part C. Next, slide on a wheel, Part 5. Now insert a 5/32 by 2 inch cotter pin, Part M, through the wheel and the axle, and spread the end open to secure it. Then on the opposite side, slide on a large washer, Part J, followed by a spacer, Part C. Next, slide on a wheel. Now slide on a large washer, Part J. Then insert a 3/32 cotter pin, Part H, and spread the end open to secure it. Next, align the control tube, Part 2, as shown. Now insert 2 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolts, Part A. Then align the hitch tube, Part 3. Next, secure the assembly with 2 1/4 inch nylock nuts, Part K. Now press a tube plug, Part E, into the end of the control tube. Then align the control cable housing and secure it with the 1/4 inch by 2 inch carriage bolt, Part B, and a 1/4 inch nylock nut, Part K. Now press a tube plug, Part E, into the end of the hitch tube. Next, insert the hitch pin, Part I. Now secure it with a 3/32 inch hair cotter pin, Part G.